So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another interview of the Children on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I'm joined by Keith. He's the singer and guitar player for the band Hyena, and Hyena is a post-metalcore band that is about to release their debut album this Friday, May 5th. So, we're here to talk all about it. So, first of all, Keith, good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's early, so I'm
Yeah,
having my coffee.
nice. Awesome. Yeah, thank
When
you.
I get to the chopper.
Awesome. Yeah, we're just here at the print shop doing we print t-shirts, my wife and I, so appreciate you taking the interview early, so it's our
Nice.
schedule.
Are you printing like shirts for the band?
We print shirts for Hyena, but we print shirts for primarily metal bands. But yeah, mostly bands, and it's awesome. It's just great to help out bands that need merch last minute or in advance, and ship out everything with UPS, and it works good.
Yeah, no, sounds like a something cool. And merch is obviously very important for bands these days.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And I used to tour full time in my old band Legia, so we knew like the importance of having merch. And I used to work with big merch companies back then, so I just tried to use my experience to help out people now. So, but it's been good.
Nice. So how did you so you left the old bands and you decided to form this new band Hyena? When you were working on Hyena, I know you had an EP, and I heard songs from the EP, and I heard the full length, and the EP is more in the pop punk, a little bit pop punk oriented.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for checking it out. I mean, I play on a 7-string, and for some reason I was like, even if I play like these pop punk songs, like since it's lower, it'll sound heavy. But no, in the end, it just still sounds like pop punk. But I mean, it wasn't super intentional. I think just like when I got back to singing and playing guitar, the last time I did that, I was like a teenager when I was listening to Green Day and Offspring, and but Deftones and stuff like that. So I think that's like where my guitar playing last was. So that's kind of where I picked up at. It had that kind of pop punk kind of vibe, which I think is it's fun, rock type of stuff, I guess. But yeah.
So in your previous band, you didn't play guitar?
No, I just sang and wrote lyrics. So yeah, I wanted to get into playing guitar, mainly so just that we could ensure that there was like a future for it. And it's great to have a guitar player, but it sucks when like you lose members of the band. So it's kind of more for that reason, just so that I can kind of make Hyena my forever band, and don't have to deal with too many member changes type of thing. So probably.
So right now Hyena is you, and I know you have a drummer.
Yeah, we have a drummer, Austin, but he actually just left the band because
Oh my god.
yeah, it's great, but he's the one on the album. But we had been a band, like we did this record during the pandemic, and we were gonna get into touring, but the pandemic happened, so we're like, okay, let's record this album. And it just took forever, and I was learning to mix master, which took forever. And then but anyways, yeah, Austin, he had recently had a baby, and he's starting to tour with his rock reggae type of band. But we have a new drummer, Julian, and our bass player, Mike. So we actually played a couple shows over the weekend, so we are playing shows. And yeah, so
Where did you guys play over the weekend?
we played in Vermont, like near Burlington, which is like, I don't know, 3.5 hours from here. And then we played in like central Massachusetts, so on this past Friday. So yeah.
So yeah, this is a very DIY project, like a lot of do it yourself, but obviously you're releasing it digitally on May 5th for now.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about Hyena. So I saw the music videos for the scenario, and I think it's called, what's the name of the second video?
Oh yeah, Cold Reality.
Cold
And
Reality. I saw the two music videos,
nice.
and it's, you can see like the different, like the scenario, you were obviously goofing around on that video.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you're driving with those glasses that you put where you like can't see, and you're like
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
exercises. Like, how did you? Was that like you with your own camcorder doing that music video for the scenario?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we all kind of live like far away, like at least, you know, two and a half, or an hour and a half, or 2 hours away from each other. So we had gotten together to record the first two videos, Bring on the Storm and Cold Reality. But for the scenario, we were like, oh, let's just like film it remotely, and we all just like filmed our own footage, and then had somebody edit it all together. But yeah, we're just trying to do something fun. The song is kind of fun, so
yeah, I think that's the track that it's not pop punk, but I think from the album that's the most accessibly commercial song.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, more rock. The scale, I kind of stick to different, at least on that album. Each song kind of is in its own scale. So I think, yeah, that scale was more of like a rock type of major key. I don't know if it's a full major key, but yeah, it gives that fun vibe as well. But yeah.
Yeah, on Cold Reality, there's a part on there's one a track there. I think it was that one and another one that some of the vocals reminded me a little bit of Deftones.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, I love the Deftones. I've always loved the Deftones, and yeah, somebody else has said that. I mean, I'm sure I'm heavily influenced, and
that's a compliment. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how much do you love the Deftones?
I mean, I've listened to them since I was like 15. You know, when I first heard them on their first album. I heard it on the radio, and I was like, oh wow, this sounds like Nirvana. Although it sounds nothing like Nirvana, but that's what I thought at the time. But it was in the 90s, and yeah, I've always loved it. I mean, I think for the first time, I hate to say it, but the last album I kind of didn't get into it. But maybe that's just me. But every album before that, I loved. Even
Yeah. Check. I dare you to see if you're as much a fan as me. 1 second. Like I have.
Oh, nice.
I got this one.
Beautiful.
On vinyl. This is the most expensive vinyl. Like it's the 20th edition of White Pony, but you know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that record. That record was like life-changing for me, as many as a lot of other people too. But yeah, I was definitely like 15 when that record came out. It was just so cool.
I was a little bit older, but yeah, I remember when it came out. But yeah, so Hyena, how did you choose the name?
Yeah, just trying to find a good band name, and it was I think technically it's from like Yeen. I think for some like meme site I learned that Yeen, like Yeen, was like slang for hyena. So I was kind of thinking, oh, like that would be a cool band name. But then just, you know, did hyena, just combined it with actual spelling of hyena and just added the extra E. But I mean, yeah, nothing too deep or anything like that. Just trying to find a band name that would work. And we considered a lot of other ones, and that's just what we decided on. But yeah, thought it would be fun. Yeah. And also kind of nothing too crazy, pretty simple. So.
And I know that for your debut EP, you hooked up with Frankie Palmieri from Emmure. How did that happen?
Yeah, Frankie's a really cool guy. I had my old band had toured with him, and it was like one of the best tours we did, and we became friends. And geez, a decade later, like I saw that he had a record label, so I just randomly emailed him, and he responded right away, and we started talking, and yeah, he helped us out, and it was super cool because we were able to kind of get the ball rolling, and but he was also one of the people that I asked when I was trying to name the band, and Hyena was one of the band names that he thought was pretty good. So but yeah, he's a great dude, and you know, we're super grateful that he was able to put out the EP and get things started for us.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And so right now I'm gonna show the artwork for the new album that is dropping. It's called Freedom from the Default.
Yeah.
And it's coming out on May 5th digitally.
Yep.
Hopefully it'll come out later in the year as a physical format. So tell me a little bit about the cover art. What does it mean to you?
Oh yeah. That's like one of those things with the psychiatrist, like it's like, what is this? What does this mean to? I mean, that's probably no, like
what do you see there?
Yeah, it was just a friend of mine from the UK who is a great artist, and he just always is posting these super cool kind of combination of you know, pictures I think he takes, and it's LXP art, and it's something that he I sent him the music, the album, and he you know, made something custom for, and that's what he came up with. And so yeah, but yeah, it's probably, you know, it's a bit abstract, but it's a completely different direction than the EP, which was like more fun and silly.
Oh yeah, it was a very pop punk cover. I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, I listen to a lot of metal and metalcore when I work out, so I think this record is, you know, a lot more riffs like that, and then the artwork's more like that, because but yeah, it's probably one of those abstract type of things.
So here you have it, people. Keith is certifying this record as a go-to workout record.
Yeah, yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah, I think that, like, if I'm gonna work out, you listen to music that pumps you up. You're not gonna go and go work out to Coldplay.
Right. Yeah, that's, I honestly, it's like, you know, I'm older now, and that's really where I get to enjoy metal. I mean, sometimes when I'm printing, I'll listen to primarily metalcore, like upbeat type of stuff, and that's what I enjoy. I think I was talking to somebody recently, and it's like when I was touring full time in my old band, like I would listen to everything but metal, you know, there's like hip hop and like pop and just like relaxing music. Yeah, so we'll play, probably because, like, you know, I was going to metal shows every day and tour, and it was literally my life. But now it's the
You
opposite.
would get
so
tired
I
of
love
listening to the
listen.
same thing if you're listening to the same thing.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So it's cool.
So okay, so tell me a little about the album. Like, what themes do you have in this album? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So each song kind of has its own. You know, I basically would like write a song a month. Like during the pandemic, would like write a song each month, and on guitar and vocals and lyrics. So but then I got to when I was like a few months, I wrote two, and yeah, so I'd take the time, like 15 days, to put lyrics to it. And you know, I mean, generally it's just stuff, just stuff that's more fun, try to be more positive, stuff that's like more non-toxic and not too, like with my old music, it was like very emotional and therapeutic for me. But it's I kind of find like now I try to listen to stuff that has like lyrics that aren't gonna like get stuck in your head and not really have any positive like effect to it. So I kind of wanted to do that for myself, and also for other people too. Like, I mean, just like a band like Killswitch is
I was thinking about them.
Yeah, like I love it. Yeah, like especially I listen to a lot of their new stuff, and it's great. But mainly because the lyrics are just like, they're one of the few bands that's metal that's like the lyrics aren't like toxic stuff. Like you know what I mean? It's like actually
there's a lot of positivity.
Yeah, so
with Jesse
that's
and obviously Howard too.
Yeah, I love the Howard stuff too. I think it's more like relationship, love type of stuff, which is great too. But yeah, I think I wanted to go in that direction, and with some of the lyrics, it's just like fun, like stuff that just was like I thought would be cool, that went with the riffs, and would kind of, so like fun, positive, and good, and and some of the stuff. I think there's like a love song in there, and
Is that the song "There's Heaven"?
yeah.
Yeah, because that's like the most ballad. It's not a ballad, but it's
kind of, yeah.
What's "There's Heaven"? What's that song about?
It's like I wrote that song after I met my wife, so I wrote the lyrics like super quick, and just it's literally a love song, and it just went with the music that I was writing, and I didn't edit the lyrics at all. It was just like a poem I wrote real quick, and so we did a love song. There's a love song on there, but yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that,
Yeah.
Like one love song in between the other tracks that are different styles on it. So yeah, you were mentioning like Killswitch Engage, the positivity. Have you listened to Jesse's other band, Times of Grace?
Yeah, I have, and they're great. I love Adam D, and I should listen to it some more, but I think some of that stuff is the same kind of struggle type of stuff. I should listen to it some more, but they are.
The last album is like it's really emotionally driven. It's really good.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm always looking for new things to listen to as well. So yeah, check it out.
So you have that power. You have the ballad in the album. You have a fun song like the scenario. What were your, like, in this album? What was the track for you that was the hardest to write and play?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, like all the songs, like since I have to play guitar and sing, I only write vocals that I can play guitar and sing. So everything is, which makes it a little bit different. Like when I was just a singer, I would just kind of do whatever I wanted because I could, but with the guitar, you have to make sure that you can play this stuff and sing it. So it kind of creates this parameter for what the vocals can do. So but yeah, I mean, as far as like guitar wise, it's nothing too crazy. It's a lot of power chords and chugs, and but yeah, I think with the new stuff I'm writing, it's getting a little bit more complex. I mean, for me anyway, but I'm probably gonna dial it back because I like riffs, I like choruses, I like heavy mosh type of riffs. So nothing's too complicated, I would say. So keep it simple.
Yeah, you're not gonna go like a super complicated like solo and like go all crazy on it.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff is great, but yeah, probably not for me. Maybe, I mean, vocally I can't even really do that, but if I were to push it, it would probably be with something vocally. But then it's like, then you got to do it live, so at the same time it's it's probably better to keep it simple, keep it good, try to emphasize on making things as good as they can be, not complicated. So
nice. So
yeah,
I think you never told me which one was the hardest song.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I guess what I'm saying, there really isn't a hardest song because they're all pretty simple, and the vocals and yeah, everything's kind of crafted so that I can perform it and play it live. But
do you have like a favorite song from the album?
I actually I haven't listened to it in a while because I just listened to some of it yesterday. Because the past couple months I've been writing a new album and new EP or whatever it's gonna be. But yeah,
for Hyeena, right?
For Hyeena, yeah, I'm just trying to focus all my energy in Hyeena, like basically for the rest of my life. Just try to, so I jumped around a couple different bands and just want to kind of do one thing for the long term and be able to, I love to write and to be creative, and and hopefully to get some listeners to check it out. But yeah, I don't really know what the hardest song was. But yeah, what was the other question? Did you have
like do you have like a favorite one from the
a favorite song? Geez, that's a good question too. I was liking this song Oasis. It's kind of, I think, the last song that we wrote, and it's a little more, at least like musically, hardcore influenced. I mean, we're not a hardcore band, but probably has that like influence, at least So I think that's probably the next song we'll play live. And it's a couple mosh parts in there, and like a lot of fast thrash type of beats that's from our EP, like that kind of drumming. But the guitars are more like metal keys. It's not like a pop scale or anything. So probably Oasis.
Okay. And so you're working now on new music. What direction are you taking the band in? Are you keeping like a similar direction, or are you experimenting with sounds?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, it's so far I wrote about like an EP, and so far it's a lot of the same direction. Heavy stuff, but they're singing and wild vocals. So yeah, there's probably about an EP worth of stuff like that. But it's a little bit more complicated, I would say. But stuff like Cold Reality, stuff like Oasis and that kind of style where it's kind of metal. But there's some pop punk type of singing stuff, but it's like mixed into heavy songs. But I recently got an 8-string, which just to like experiment, and I just love it. I just like I tuned it up to F, drop F, and I've just been loving writing stuff to that, and it's been changing my style. It's more slow, heavy. I mean, maybe more in that new Deftones type of direction. So, but yeah, that's the most recent probably. But it's all in the 8-string. It's just kind of changing the way that I'm playing. But it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. So
awesome. So, do you enjoy the process of producing, mixing, and mastering your own album? Because it's a lot of work, but I'm guessing it's pretty gratifying at the end that it's like your baby.
Yeah, I mean, like I just listened to it. I really am motivated by improving my mix. It's technically my first mix master, so yeah, I think one day I will be very pleased. But now I'm very motivated to do this new EP to improve my mix master. I mean, at the time, it was the best that I could do, and I'm really happy that I had gotten it done too, because I really want people to listen to it. But yeah, I mean, it's probably like anything. You always want to improve your craft, and yeah, it was something that was a lot of work, and it took a lot of time. But it was something that I wanted to do because I write so many songs, and I had been going into the studio and paying for mix mastering, and I was like, I'm gonna go broke if I keep. I won't be able to afford this. So I was like, I better learn how to mix master as well, because I've always been into recording and tracking, and I've worked with so many great producers. So hopefully I picked up a few things with that. But yeah, mix mastering was something just about being practical, and I also love mixes. Like another reason why I listen to metal is like to hear like how heavy something sounds. It's like, oh, and how they mix it. So it's also something else I really enjoy about metal is the production and listening to other people's mixes, and like, wow, that's awesome. It's so heavy. And so yeah, I enjoy it, and I hope to improve as well. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And would you be down at any time in the future of like producing other bands?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the print shop is just insane. We print so much. But yeah, I think that's the plan, and I think Hyeena is kind of my band to experiment and to get better with mixing and mastering. And yeah, I would love to, we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I would say in the future for sure. It'd be great.
Yeah, no, it would be cool. And then everyone could say like, who worked on this? It's the Keith sound.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could be like the Butch Big for metalcore.
I would love it. Yeah, I would love it. Yeah. And yeah, hopefully with vocals, I've had a lot of experience with vocals to be able to help out people with just trying different vocal things and singing things, and but yeah, and giving a good mix as well. So yeah, I would love that.
Nice. So I know you're releasing digitally May 5th with Innerstrength Music. So what is next for Hyeena? The next couple of months, what do you guys have planned? I'm guessing you're trying to book some shows.
Yeah, it shows. We have at least my hometown. We're playing here in June. We're playing in New York, which my bass player's hometown. So yeah, and then we have a couple shows this summer. So just yeah, just playing shows, and we're actually starting to work on this new EP because we just got a new drummer, and he is starting to record some drum tracks to that, and just keep working, you know. But yeah, more shows. So
Awesome. Plus merch that you will produce yourself.
yeah, we got some merch at Innerstrength, their store. They have some of the merch for sale. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the description so people who want to
Awesome.
buy some
Yeah.
merch.
Thank
So
you. Yeah.
you're releasing digitally. When do you think that you'll have like physical copies of the album?
I don't know. Yeah, it depends. I think it has to be like a worthwhile. It costs money to
Oh yeah.
print. Yeah, so I think Innerstrength will just wants to see that it'll be a worthwhile investment first. But yeah, it seems like vinyl is very popular, and I guess would it be CDs or cassettes or
Yeah, CD circus.
yeah.
Maybe the floppy disk will come back.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, that would work. That'd be good.
Who knows? So Keith,
Yeah.
I want to thank you for taking some time this morning to talking a bit about me, about the upcoming album. So people, you can digitally stream it on May 5th. And I'm guessing, can they buy it like on Bandcamp or any?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I think he's selling it on Bandcamp, yeah, and then probably iTunes if you can still do that. But yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. This has been super fun. So
is iTunes still available?
maybe it's not. Yeah, don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I'm like, I think iTunes died.
Yeah, it's just Apple Music now. I don't know, but yeah, probably just Bandcamp then if you want to buy it.
You get there, and if you want to buy it digitally, buy it and buy some merch for the band. So
thank you. Yeah,
you know it, Hyeena, a new metalcore band for you guys to check out. And as always, this is Hector, the Shield on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.